Hello, and welcome to another edition of DevBlog. My name is Brian Krajcirovic, and I'm one of the artists on Starship Command Orion Spur. Today I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about our characters and what we do to get them into the game and in Unity and setup. All of our characters the models themselves are built in CC4, and then we build all of our own clothing assets and then retexture them using Blender and also Substance Painter. And today I'll show you a little bit of Substance Painter and then how they end up in Unity when we import them back in. So as you can see right here, we're in Blender right now. We have our model and our uniform is on them. Everything looks a little bit washed. That's just what Blender does. But as you can see, there's lots of details on there. We have all the different specific patches and ranking medals and everything else for everybody. Each patch means something different. It has to do with their classic designations. And some people have their full ribbons displayed if they're wearing their khaki uniforms, more the dress look versus the blues. From here, we're going to get straight into Substance Painter. In Substance Painter, that's where we do all of the actual texturing. There's all kinds of folds and seams and everything else that get added here instead of having to model all that stuff. The patches and everything too, we are able to give them a really cool knit actual look, and that's something that Substance is actually providing. We actually give it the flat artwork and then it puts in all of the stitching and everything else automatically, which is really cool. It saves me a ton of time. But once we get everything applied and put in, then this is generally what it looks like. And you can see here I can manipulate colors and the different patterns of the folds and everything just by toggling a few switches. As you can see here in Substance, I have full control over every single different piece. I can turn on and off all the different patches and all the different things that are there. It really helps when we're trying to, or when I was working on all the different characters and I had to do many at a time. So far we have about 22 in the current demo, and there's going to be a bunch more. All of them have different patches, and this makes it very easy to rotate, as you can see. Switch that up. Same thing with the job patches here. There are so many different roles that people have. We got all these really cool different fun patches. It was neat to get them all transitioned over to look like they're stitched like this. All helps with the overall detail of the world, even though some of the stuff you might never see. Over here, this is the UV map all splayed out, just flattened. I can also edit and mess with the textures and placement and all that kind of thing right there on the flat UV as well as on the 3D model. Just another one of those great things about Substance. Substance Painter really made a huge difference in my workflow. Before I was doing all of this stuff by hand in Blender, and then that is terrible. If anybody does not know, it's very time consuming and it's easy to make gigantic mistakes that are hard to fix. Substance fixed all of that stuff and now makes it relatively painless to go through and identify what you're doing and set up your textures properly, and like all these folds and seams and everything. Ridiculous. And then after that, we put it back into Blender, set up all of the textures. From there, and once everything is looking good and I have everything packed properly, then I bring it into Unity. And as you can see, once we're in Unity here, we get the character loaded, and it looks perfect. It should, as it comes in. If it doesn't, then you got to do some work to set it up or fix things. In here, I have control fully over all the colors again and maps, and I can go through and edit them, change the way things look. This is also where we'll apply the actual animations and all of that stuff in Unity. We also have some different other tools that we use, stuff that makes fabrics move different like fabric, and some of the other animation pieces of the actual model in the clothing work a little bit better. I wanted to show you a couple of other characters that we have been working on, a couple of different outfits. This one right here is our khaki sweater outfit. A few of the different officers wear it. This is our chaplain officer, as you can see by his patch on his arm there, or left arm. Details are just as good in all of them. This one is one of our Marines. He's wearing a camo, space camo as we call it, outfit. It's just ceremonial camo, not really useful for anything since you're floating in space. But as you can see, it looks pretty cool. He's the only one, or the Marines are the only ones that get the sidearm like that as well. But we try to keep all the same details across all the different uniforms and outfits. We really feel that it adds to the depth of the game. Hey everybody, thanks a lot for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and check out our Kickstarter and follow that too. We're always doing different things, working on videos and everything all the time, but hopefully we'll have some new content shortly. Thanks, see you next time.